laptop, and I could able to somehow manage to install Hadoop, and I am unable to install even Hive. So with that, any idea first how do we create four nodes in the same system? Anybody has done that part at least? See, what I'm
Uh,
thinking is just thinking is in the last meeting, Sarah has clarified that we may not require to upload the data in the two-way, four-way, or private or eight-way. You create four nodes and upload the data using some logic in the four nodes. That should be good enough. So any
Sorry. Uh, can you, I mean, I didn't attend the last session, so if you can describe the logic for the processing that they are asking for.
see that logic nobody could able to understand because we asked this question to the
like, if I may add that there actually in this group only I saw a video from Anindra sir that was for the last year thing.
yeah. Yeah, I saw that video, but he did not explain how why we have to set up the four nodes. Did he explain?
Nope, he didn't.
Mm,
And in fact, in today's class, I posted this question to Janardhan sir,
yeah, okay.
and he mentioned that TAs and other lecturers were in discussion to uh, rephrase the assignment, removing unnecessary details. It seems, and also there
See
was
the
talk about extension.
Yeah.
mm,
Yeah, so he didn't confirm anything,
No, no,
but
we
he said.
raised this point. We asked this
Mm,
question, and we also in yesterday's. Oh, I don't know whether he's taking for two session. I mean section two. Yesterday morning 8:30, 8:45
mm,
to 11:40, 10:45 session. Janardhan sir only took us, and we asked for some help, and he again demonstrate how it can be done. Setup can be done, and he was suggesting to use us the AWS one, AWS. Environment, and he's saying it is very easy if you follow AWS install through a Linux system, and you can create a
yeah.
four node.
Yes, actually, I'm using AWS only. So it's like I have created one EC2 instance in that, like you can directly create an Ubuntu system, and after that, inside that, you can install this Hadoop. Now, there will be a master node, and what I am understanding, there will be four slave nodes for that. But before creating this master slave architecture, what I am thinking to do is create five system of the same configuration type, and then you can create a master slave architecture. Like in master there will be only two daemons, this name node, and there is one more node I forgot it. And in slave there will be three nodes, basically the data nodes and all that. So that type you have to create first. And what I understood from that lecture video of the previous year, that this two way, suppose you have a column as country column, okay, and there suppose India is repeated twice. So that means India is a two-way shared feature. If it is repeated,
Magesh, can you please mute yourself?
Yes, yes, yes. Sorry.
Thank you. No problem.
Sorry, it will be good. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, this is what I was about to ask for. Please, yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Magesh. Yep.
Is anybody recording this session?
Yeah, Nishit, I just forget to tell you
Yeah,
to
yeah,
start
this is
recording.
I'm recording it.
Thanks, Nishit. Yeah.
yeah.
So
So now it's like if it is repeated twice, a data in a particular column, so that is a two-way. If it is repeated four times, it is four-way, and if it is repeated eight
Raisa,
times, it is
you're
eight-way.
not sharing. Sorry, you're not sharing.
are you trying to share, Krishna? If you can share, it will be good.
Sure means like if it is there in the assignment problem. See,
No, no, you are
the
sharing.
second
If you're
time.
sharing your screen now, and if you can show us how you did it, it'll be good.
See, as of now, I have not done it. As of now, I have only set up this AWS thing,
Okay.
and I'm yet to share the cluster. But cluster setup things you will get in YouTube itself. There are lots of videos for setting up the cluster. Basically, you have to have some SSH connectivity, and that you have to update in all the like master and slave nodes. What I understood from the videos, I myself have only done till the Hadoop installation in AWS, and creation of this like Jupyter notebook
So,
installation and all that part.
Reza, can you please share that YouTube link with us?
Yes, yes, I'll share it in the group.
Okay, thank you.
Raisa, you have you worked with Linux system earlier?
Yes.
Okay, that's a good thing now. Most of the people who are working in the company do not have the. I never worked in the Linux system. I know only Windows. So that's where
Oh, so yeah, if I may comment. So if they are insisting on four node cluster and all of that, so I think then the only practical option would be to go for some kind of a cloud account and then set it up. That is
no, no.
not too
Actually,
hard. We can
Janardhan sir
definitely do
told.
that.
No, no. Janardhan
Yeah.
sir actually told that do not try to set up four different systems, even within AWS itself. He was suggesting that create or install in one node and create a pseudo node. Don't try to create a new four systems and try to connect it. He said it is very difficult to do that.
It's
Okay.
actually, I mean, I work on the cloud, so I can tell you that it's not too hard. So that is one way. The other way would be to, if you have a decent enough machine, an easy way would be to use something like Docker and set up multiple containers on your local. That should also work. But if they insist on multiple nodes, this is the only option. However, my question is, is everyone clear on the logic that they're asking for? Can I share my screen and ask
Yeah,
if
yeah,
everyone
please.
is okay?
Yeah.
And do they have any shared video how to install Hadoop in AWS instance, or we have to find out ourselves and do it?
Janardhan sir was showing the procedure, and he said he has already put that procedure in the in our this one canvas also. And if you follow that, it will be simple. What I understand is installing that in the Linux system, either in AWS or a standalone Linux system, is much simpler. In Windows, it will be very difficult. He has actually demonstrated within 5 minutes he installed it. So he said
Okay.
that
So
follow that procedure, it is straight away.
Yeah.
so there is a
So this,
document or there is a video? Just last question. There's a document.
Document, and that will take it to, yeah, I think that will take it to, yeah, the website, which will
Okay.
give a step by step procedure to install.
If can somebody share the document in this group? That will be helpful.
Yeah,
I
I'm putting. Actually, see what he mentioned is you have to install. You can install on Ubuntu machine, but there is something called pseudo uh, pseudo distribution mode,
Yeah,
pseudo distributed operation. So that configuration he was showing, and that can be found from the Apache site itself. So I'll paste that link.
Okay.
But this is what he mentioned, that you can do it in a single virtual machine in the pseudo distribution fashion. So that's what he mentioned. You cannot have four nodes or five nodes, whatever, on a single machine. You also mentioned that if you have a single machine, how can you
yeah.
set it up?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's the whole
So
thing about.
in that procedure, it mentions about the pseudo nodes in
Yes,
the same.
yes, yes,
Yeah, have you
yes.
installed it, Mahesh?
No, I'm in this process actually. So, I'm doing that. I'm kind of modifying it. So, once that is done, let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Guys, anyone who could able to install it, please immediately put it in the group and help us.
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
Okay, this is a very tough one, and we can help each other. No harm at all. Okay, so don't worry too much. It's only a learning process for all of us. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Arun was sharing something.
Yeah, one question. Was it shared in today's class? Was these details, if you want to go through the recordings, did Janardhan sir mention in today's?
No, it is yesterday's class because
Yesterday's class.
yesterday
Okay.
morning
I'll
class
refer to
also
that.
he was taking the morning session also. In the yesterday class morning session, he mentioned it. I think he has given the link also, which Magesh has posted.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
same link.
And
But
today
this is for the single node, right?
Yeah, yeah.
it is
That's what.
single node. It's a single node, single system. But he said we can create 4 pseudo nodes in a single system.
Yeah, that's what he was mentioning.
See, he has a single cluster pseudo distributed operation. You getting it?
Yeah, I think Arun is sharing the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
in the
like
chat.
what
Yeah,
I
but it will always be a single node only.
Hi
So
guys.
I asked this question specifically to sir today,
okay.
and he was still insisting in pseudo mode you can do multiple also. I checked all over the internet everywhere. It is single node cluster only in pseudo distributed mode.
Mhm.
Uh,
But
I-
why it is
Hey guys.
calling that pseudo distributed?
Manu, I
Hey,
also have
one
the
minute,
same.
guys. 1 minute. See, actually, even I was also struggling a lot. Finally, I found some image, VM, which I was able to download from Cloudera and start all these things. Maybe I don't know how to proceed after this because I don't have any idea about this assignment. But I was able to get all these things up and running. Maybe I can share the screen if there are any experts. If you can help me or help everyone out as to how to proceed from here, I think it will be helpful for everyone.
Good,
I,
good, Ganesh.
okay,
Please, can
so
you please share?
yes,
I think
sure.
I think
Can I
it's
share
already
the screen,
mentioned.
or you
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to
please.
finish?
No, I think he has shared the link. Is this Arun George, right? Or Hari, sir? I don't know who was
I
sharing
think
the.
Suraj,
Arun is
I
here.
think Arun was saying. I think Arun was
Arun.
saying.
Okay.
But
Okay, let
Suraj,
Arun complete, then we can proceed, right?
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
okay,
Suraj,
sure.
can we allow Reza to continue? Like she was explaining about that replication factor and other factors, right? Can we ask her to continue,
Yeah,
please?
no, yeah, that's what I asked her, Reina. If you can show that, it'll be good.
No, she said she didn't get a chance. She just explained about master node, slaves, as well as the data nodes, etc. No, she was explaining the core concept. How do we replicate with India as something country, etc. That is the core. All she said is just start with one master and 4 slaves, or one master 4 data nodes. During the configuration, we need to define them. After that, we need to define the file system also accordingly, so that will take care of the replication. And she was explaining about some India, I think a column name, I guess,
Yeah,
R key
that's right.
value pair, whatever it is. Yeah. Reza, you're still there, right?
Raisa, are you there?
Yeah, so what I was saying is that like see, like it is already mentioned in the first point, that is we have to create nodes as per the replication factor like 2, 4 and 8. So what, as per my understanding, is that a two-way replication is, suppose you have a column as a country, and there India is there. India is one of the data there. So like suppose India is mentioned twice, so it will be a two-way. India is mentioned 4 times, it will be a four-way. India is mentioned 8 times, it will be 8-way. And India is mentioned once, there is no duplication, that is mutually exclusive. That's my understanding is.
No, no, how I don't
No, no.
understand because see, there is only in one column the country is mentioned. So for one record, the country will come only once, right?
See, ideally, if you see in the table also, invoice ID is actually the one which is mutually exclusive. But for each and every record, there are multiple items associated to the invoice.
Yeah.
But if you see for a customer, it is only one invoice per customer per transaction.
See that when you query you use it, but the data is given in the record form, and every record has got 8 features. Okay, and country is one of the feature. So what my understanding is, okay, maybe my understanding is you have 8 features. Okay, the 8 features are given in 8 column. So if between 2 records, all columns are unique value, that value is not there in anywhere, then that comes under the private node. If any of the 2 records if any of the two columns are common, then those things should be put in one group. Now here there is another possibility. When you say that any two columns are common, it could be in some records first and second column could be common. In some records, third and fourth column could be common. So I'm not sure how they are going to divide that. So that clarity is not clear. But what I understand from Sir discussion is in our session, he said that part is not clear to anybody. So he said you just leave it. You just create four nodes, upload the data into four nodes, and do the query. That itself is good enough. He said the setting up two-way, four-way, and eight-way is very difficult, and he said even he doesn't know how to do that. So he actually suggested forget that portion, create four pseudo nodes, divide the data in four nodes. That is basically, I think, it is a partition. Okay, and that we can uh, use some other logic and explain that logic in the report. That should be good enough. That's what I think.
Okay, maybe if I can explain what is going
Arun,
on.
Ganesh, no, you were
Yeah, yeah,
sharing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm sharing my screen.
So, what are you trying to show this,
Okay,
sir?
so this is this is an image which I've directly downloaded VM which I've downloaded from Cloudera, where it has all this Hadoop file system hue which will be used for querying the data, and for MapReduce we have Yarn. Everything is installed and up and running. So now if I go to this, I can see that online retail data, but there are some permission issues which I'm currently facing. But at least from the infrastructure standpoint, whatever they were asking us, right? So be it server, everything is running. You see the stick mark, everything.
Okay.
So you don't have to configure anything.
So
So
Ganesh Nitin, they said, wait a minute, can you click on the host? How many hosts are there?
okay, sure. So it is single node cluster, I think is what I. Uh-huh. Hello, hello.
It's again that point came that how we will create four node here. Yeah.
So
So like I was hearing that sir is saying that we have to create four node cluster, right?
But they were saying that I think add new host to cluster or something. I think here we have all these things. So I haven't
Yeah, yeah.
tried.
In the okay, guys. So yes, we can do. I think I will try at my end to add the host, and I think today I have shared two to three persons how to set up the Cloudera cluster. So if anybody wants, I will share that things detail. Okay, by using this and by using that, you can easily set up Cloudera cluster. It will take hardly 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 hours sometime.
Good, good.
Yesterday night I
But
tried.
who's this talking?
Okay,
I'm not sure who's this talking.
Nitin,
it's Nitin Kastriwal.
uh,
So
uh, Nitin, one moment.
Uh-huh.
That's a good
yeah,
information, Nitin. And see here, I don't know what is Cloudera Manager. Okay,
okay,
maybe many of you
okay.
know.
Let me explain you. Let me explain you. Hadoop Hadoop is sold by a different company. One is Cloudera. Okay, one is like Mappa. So it's a flavor of Hadoop.
Okay.
Okay, flavor. It's just a
Okay.
company who is bundling Hadoop and
Uh,
selling in the market. Okay, so Cloudera Manager is kind of a monitoring dashboard for you.
Okay.
Okay, so from here you can monitor
So the Cloudera,
Okay, I'll tell you what is Cloudera. So I'll just
and
explain again what is Cloudera. See, Hadoop basically is a open source, right? So it is maintained by a open source community. If there are any issues, people may not fix the issue. So generally, enterprise don't directly go for an open source one, because there might, if there are issues or bugs, there might not be much support. So Cloudera are the guys who are building on top of the open source. They are building their tools and they're selling it to enterprise. Okay, so if there are any issues in Hadoop, they are
so
responsible for
what?
fixing it.
How will you get access for this Cloudera?
So it is free. I mean, whatever we are doing is a very limited one. So this one is actually free. I can share the.
But can anybody did anybody confirm with our faculty and TA whether Is it okay to use this?
Yeah, yeah. Why not? I mean, they have told that you can use it. You can use anything is what they've written in that assignment, right?
Very good. Hey, Ramana, I saw Ramana joining. Ramana, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm there. I'm just listening.
Yeah, Ramana, we were talking in the morning. Is it not a good option there? In this case, if we are setting up everything, so then
So,
I think we should be able to use the Jupyter notebook to bring into the Python code inside
hmm.
and execute it.
So
Is it
this is and this is a GUI only. We don't. At least I'm not from Linux background. I'm struggling with each and every command or to even close or exit. Also, I don't know how to
same
do.
like me? I think I don't know anything about Linux.
Exactly. So this is something which after 1 week of digging into the internet, one person has given the direct link for this VM download. You don't get it directly from their website. So you just paste the link, automatically the 7 GB or file will get downloaded. But to run this, you need at least 8 GB of RAM and 4 logical processors needs to be associated for this VM. So then this,
Nitin, will you able to, if required, will you able to take a special session on setting up? It seems you said you have done it.
Okay. Yeah, I can take it. Actually, yesterday night I have tried it. Was almost take me
Or
4 hours
Ganesh, you
because
can also
there was
partner
certain
with.
issues was happening.
Yeah,
hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ganesh and
So
Nitin will
so
be able to
For
partner and create a session for how
yeah,
to install.
guys. Yeah, guys. Am I audible?
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah,
Nitin,
Yeah.
one
Okay. So
team,
so
one request to the team. Who are not speaking, can you please go on mute? We are getting a lot of other sound.
So I have shared this link
Okay.
for this VMware. I mean VMware where you can directly click on this link and it will start downloading the VM. And of course, you will have to install the virtualization software, which is VMware Player. Also, 1 minute, I'll give you that link also.
yeah, and then the
Please
installation
pass
step,
the
please,
link
like
on
what
the.
you did.
Here, okay. This is very simple. Next, only in the VMware installation. One minute. I'm just pasting the link. I'll give you
Your
because
fast will be the VMware installation, right? And for like
yeah.
Unix or Linux related command, if you want, I can help you because I know like Unix shell scripting.
Oh,
Ranjan, that will very good. Is it possible to give some crash course for Linux system, half an hour or
Yeah,
40 minutes,
yeah.
for those who have not done anything? I hope this.
Yeah, if any command required that I can help.
okay.
Okay,
So
now,
this will work in both Windows 10 and Windows 11.
what I suggest is, Ranjan, you know what are the commands required to do this assignment, right?
That I don't know, but I know like the Unix shell scripting that I am doing.
Okay, so some basics, whatever is required for this
Okay.
assignment
Then
alone, if
I
you
will
can.
require one help
Yes,
right away
yes.
from you.
That I can help like the command
Yeah.
if anything required on this project. So
Okay.
if
So
anybody will ping in the
okay.
WhatsApp chat, also I will provide the relevant command for that.
I was trying to import this retail data into this table, but somehow it was throwing an error that Impala does not have write permissions on its parent directory. Something. I really don't know how to give write permissions to this particular thing. At least if I'm able to push the data, we can start querying. I think that is what they're asking
CH
for.
mode, could you please go to that directory? I will provide the details.
I don't know
One,
where is
one,
the
one
directory.
question here,
Uh-huh.
please. Basic question. Like
Uh-huh.
you have this CSV file, right? So they have
Ah,
given some conditions. So how do we go about it? How do we, load along with those
Yeah,
conditions?
Biju, that's we discussed a little bit before you joining. We
Oh,
said
okay,
that
okay.
condition what they were given is very difficult. Even Sarah's told, so we may not exactly follow that. The private node, two-way node, four-way
no,
node.
here while importing, we have something called as partition. I don't know, is this the partition which they are talking about, which we need to implement? That also, even I don't know.
Yes, no, that's they were talking about that partition only, but that is very difficult to implement. That's what Sar told. But
Uh-huh.
we can use some other partition. Either you
Okay.
can say that partition is use some logic to divide the file. That's my
Okay.
understanding.
Right.
In a simple term, you can divide the file in terms of one country. You can say that all belong to this 4 or 5 countries go to one node. and the
Okay.
other 4 countries go to other node. We can do that, or you can say that all invoices based on invoice number, or you can just divide into 4 pieces and put it in four
Okay.
one, whatever.
Okay. So how many nodes are we supposed to have? 4 nodes plus
No,
the
they,
master
but
node.
I think they mentioned that even if you do it in single node cluster, also it is fine, is what they said, right?
No, in
No, no,
single
no.
node
But
you have to
they
create.
need replication and everything. No,
No, no,
it's
in
clearly
single
written here.
node, no, in single node you have to create 4 pseudo nodes. It will
Ah,
simulate a
okay.
pseudo node. That's what my understanding is. Okay,
Okay.
if you create actually nodes, then mean you have to link those nodes by IP address. And Cyrus told that that is very difficult to do.
Okay. Okay. Mhm.
Anyway, Ramna, my question to you, Ramna, is it possible to use this Cloudera environment then? And I'm not familiar with that. Use directly the Python code and Hive, because the installation is the biggest problem. If then it comes with the already installations,
No,
then
no, no.
our
See, is it Suppu who's talking?
yeah, that this is Supraj
Ha,
here. I'm yeah,
ha, Supraj. So here, see, you don't have anything to install. That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
You just have to download this 7 GB file. Okay, and you just need to have a little powerful system that is at least 32 GB of RAM. Sorry, at least 16 GB of RAM,
Oh,
and at
put it
least
16 GB of RAM.
I have allocated around 8 GB because my physical system also needs some memory. So that is the only thing with this VM, because you have everything installed. But only now the only thing is you just have to push in the CSV and retrieve the data as what they have asked. So Ramana, do you think that this will work? Whatever we are
So
having
Ganesh, this VMware, this will be on top of a virtual box.
on top, it is VMware. You just need. I have given the link. Who's this?
This is Biju.
Biju. So I have just go to this, click on this link. This is the VMware player, and then you have this cloud. I mean,
Okay.
no, I think
Now,
this somebody
Ganesh,
has.
can you put all these links in our WhatsApp group? Put it in all WhatsApp group.
Okay, sure.
Okay,
I'll put all these
okay.
things.
Now, Ramna, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah, Ramana, now the Cloudera manager is something which new to me. Okay, I'm just seeing this for first time. What do you think that because that will resolve all our installation problem.
Yes.
In that case, can we use that
See,
with the
again, see, it depends, right? See, somebody says, Norton Hot, or somebody said, the Cloud Era. See, these are all similar tools, right? But yeah, we don't know. GUI will be different. So, see here how to load and all again, you need to learn, right? See, it will work for sure, in my opinion. There is nothing like it cannot work. But again, I know, yeah, something is required, like how you are going to, load into the HDFS, and then how you are going to do the partition, then how you are going to, run the map reduce here, right? So those things, again, you need to explore it, right? So yeah, this might work. I have not used it, but links are there, so yeah, we can give a try. Similarly, like the whatever we have that another VM machine is also there, right? So
okay?
that also can be there. Or see, the punchline what I was looking into that video is make it simple, right? So these are all like too much.
Yeah, we are
I think
trying to make it simple.
more time, I think more than 90% time, I believe we are spending only in this installation part. But
Installation. That's a
that
frustrating
is
part.
actually of no valuation,
Yeah,
frankly speaking. Okay.
Exactly.
See, what is the valuation here? See, that's what, Supraj, in the morning, right? I was telling what
yeah.
is required before simulating all these, try to simulate in our own system. Imagine that don't have Hadoop. Okay.
Okay,
So you have a CSV file, right? So now the first thing is you need to do a storage layout. That's a partition.
okay,
So just do that in Python. Let us say that. Okay.
okay,
So let us say that you have done it and you created 4 CSV files. Okay. So now you have 4 CSV files. Now again, how you are going to call those four CSV files and try to execute those queries, right? So a couple of questions were asked like weekly report, monthly report, or number of transactions, or all those things. So that is how, like, if that is working fine in your local system, then I think these are all secondary, right? Okay, installing in Hadoop, we can just put only Hadoop. We don't need anything, right? Just put the Hadoop and the same map reduce code what you have written, that only you can run it in the. So that is what is the most easiest thing. Another way, like you could go to the the collab, right? So there also you can straight away run it possible, right? So there are multiple. You can use this what Ganesh is showing, or you can use other thing. But fundamentally, partition first. Start do the partitioning first, right? So and then that is what is the more important. What I feel.
Hmm. So that is not the. How do you do that partitioning
See,
in?
that is it. There is no logic, right? I think the logics were not clearly given. See, it is up to us. But the fundamental, the condition what they have given is like, see, let us say that we have to create four nodes, two-way, four-way, and eight-way and private node, right? So let us say that the records, if the two records are similar, it will should go into the two-way. If the four records are similar, it will mean same. You have to go to the four-way. Eight records are same, it will go to the eight. If all these combinations are not happening, it should go to the private node. As simple as that.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the logic. So you may have your own logic in that. So that logic has to be very clear how you want to do it, and then create that four CSV files at the same time one metadata file. That's it. Okay. So that is how that's why it take actually. Okay. So and then once you have done that, then run the queries using MapReduce. Okay. Then once you have that, then how that is then you can use all these things to try to demonstrate how it can be done in Hadoop. So that's how.
Either we can use MapReduce, or if we can, if you are able to install the Hive, then we can use the SQL.
Yes, yes, that's right.
SQL will be much easier, right? Uh,
That is not actually. I am trying to do that. I was trying to do the same thing so that I can directly go to this query. But for me, the day I was able to create this data, but there is some permission issue. Because of that, it is not putting the data inside this table. Then I think we can directly query and get this data.
why don't you just try to do that with the administrative login as an administrator in your system? Try to
Uh,
do that.
I don't know what is. I mean, you are asking me to do something like root or something. Who's this?
This is Supuraj. If you
Ah,
log in as admin, no, in and do the queries, all the permissions will be there for that user.
no, by default, they have given this. See, by default, when you start the VM, automatically it will come and sit in the desktop. So I don't know how do I even see what is the username and all those things.
Okay.
So maybe if someone is there, or if I think if I type this
Can we
command,
not create pseudo nodes on Google Colab?
Cloudera, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So which folder actually causing issue? You can change the mode, ch mode 777 and that folder.
No, I was saying that if we can use Google Colab for setting up Hadoop and executing queries for Hadoop using streaming API and setting up the pseudo node on the Google Cloud itself or Google Colab itself, won't that work?
Hey Ganesh, all Ranjan is suggesting is if you change the mode to 777, that'll resolve your write or read issue.
Where do I need to do that?
Ranjan, go ahead and explain, please.
Yes. Which folder you are facing the issue?
Okay, 1 minute. I am trying to just okay. So this is the table where I really want to put this data. So I'm just selecting the CSV. It
Mhm.
shows me the sample, and
Mhm.
then if I select next, and then okay, I'm just say I'm giving some other name
Mhm.
so that okay, and then okay, here it will throw an error because there's a space in name. Okay, so I just wanted to say I'll change this to date and then say submit. Now the moment I say submit, and here we have to select the properties format as text or something else, or I'll have to select as CSV.
Select CSV.
CSV, yes. As we are getting the data from CSV, yes.
Okay, fine then. Okay, so I don't need to give any partition as of now. Is that fine?
Okay.
So
Yes.
I'll just click submit. Uh, it says it's delimited cost by exception something. Okay. Or else if I select the text, then I think it won't allow me for date. So this also I need to select a string.
If you select date and the other thing is string, what is the issue? Use because you will not able to query, right?
You won't be able to sort if you don't
Yeah.
give it as date. So or you want to filter by date range and all, you can't do if you.
Yeah.
So this importing also, I wasn't sure whether do we need to put it as text. But even if I have to put it as text, if I click on submit,
Creating table.
see it says unable to load data to this from the CSV because Impala doesn't have write permission on this parent directory. So this is what the location they are saying.
Yeah. Could you please go there? Like copy the directory.
They have given HDFS this sort of directory
Yes. Yes. Could you please yes, and check the same in the
in
uh,
terminal.
yes.
How do I navigate to this?
Ganesh, Nitin Reza, go back. I will tell you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Go back in the terminal.
Terminal. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'm in the terminal.
Okay, just a minute. Give this copy that above command hdfs dfs -ls /user that command copy that.
Okay.
And remove ls. Remove
Okay.
ls.
Okay.
Save only ls. Other things remain the same. And remove ls.
Okay.
Put hyphen chmod hyphen single hyphen chmod
Okay.
chmod mod space 777 space
Okay.
/
Okay.
user usr
USCR. Okay.
usr only
Okay. USR. Okay.
/ enter. No such file. Okay, just give hdfs space dfs -ls / only / remove
No.
chmod
No. No. No.
777.
Nothing will be before ch mode. Ch mode will be the first command.
Yeah, no. I just want to check what are the directories in Hadoop right now. So
Okay.
just give hdfs space dfs -ls
HDFS DFS
-ls space /
Okay.
just enter. Okay, so the directories are user. Okay, so we have to give permission on the user. Now go run that above command again chmod and change the usr to user user.
Okay.
And for yeah, enter. Okay, so the owner, can you check the permissions again? Run the ls command.
Okay.
Permission denied, it says.
Okay, so user, it's still not changing. Okay, so can you do su hdfs su space hdfs on, yeah, enter. Do you know hdfs password?
I think
And just type hdfs again, password as hdfs.
DFS. Okay. Incorrect password.
Incorrect password. So
All right.
it's not.
Do I need to enter this as?
Do you have root access?
No, by default, I think it is Cloud Era. Cloud Era is what they give login password.
The
But
same password will be here only.
I'm sorry.
The same
Whatever
password
the
will be here also, like SU HDFs. The
Okay.
password is asking.
Okay, then I will just give Cloud Era for the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. Let me see.
just try.
HDFS Cloud Era. Yeah, okay. No, even that is not working.
Okay, so do you have the root access?
I don't know. I can
Yeah,
try.
just a thought. What if we change the user itself to Cloudera? because it says user Cloudera is not the owner, right? So if you use
Mm,
chown command,
right.
then
That's also a good idea. We should go for chown command.
So what do I need to do?
Uh,
Just type that HDFS DFS hyphen chmod 777 space a Cloudera space.
no, not ls.
no,
Go
no,
back.
no, no. That will not
Hyphen
work.
chown.
Chown.
CHO CHOWN.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Is it correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Changing ownership.
Permission denied to use Cloudera is not
It's not the owner.
user. Okay. So, no, it will not. It will
No,
not
no,
work
no.
like this.
It's
C
not
hyphen.
777. You have to give Cloudera instead of
Yeah,
777
yeah,
in the same
yeah.
command.
Right.
Yeah, delete 777 and say Cloudera.
Cloudera.
Yeah, I have a quick question.
No, no, no. Put that directory name there. Okay. So after Cloudera, that same directory name slash user
Flash
slash.
user.
Okay. Is it correct?
Yeah. Try.
Permission denied again. User Cloudera is not the owner. So owner is SDFS. We should know the SDFS password.
Okay. So even if I try
Okay. Try
copy.
one more thing. Sudo su SDFS. Try for that.
Okay. What do you want me to try?
Sudo.
Okay.
Remove this. Sudo space su
Okay.
space
Mm-hmm.
hyphen SDFS. Okay. Simply give sudo su SDFS
Mm-hmm.
hyphen remove hyphen.
Okay.
Okay, now it's come. Now it's there. So now run that command chmod command now. SDFS just run that SDFS DFS hyphen ls
HDFS
space DFS
DFS space
space
hyphen.
hyphen ls forward slash space just enter. Yeah, now we are in the master. Now run that chmod command triple
Yes.
71.
Can I just briefly explain what we are trying to do here?
So we are the problem is we are trying to upload the data, but it's not allowing us because we don't have a correct permission. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to change the permission of the folder.
That's
Okay,
to
and
operate
before
that
that,
in the
777
in the
slash
cloud.
user.
Yeah.
Slash
and
user slash.
we have taken a
Just enter.
Hadoop
Is this
cluster, is
correct?
it?
Yeah, enter.
Yes.
We have installed Hadoop
Yeah, it's
multi-node
changed
cluster,
now.
is it?
Okay. So
Ganesh,
now
now
I'll try.
try to upload the data.
One moment,
Okay.
Sujaya. One moment. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me go over this. Let me first drop table exercise.
Ganesh also retain the data for date, right? Type as a date. Don't select it as string. It will not allow you further to query.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Date, you keep the date column as a date
Date.
for
Okay.
data type.
Sure. Maybe okay. I'll try. I'll delete this later.
Ganesh and whoever is working, can you please put your mobile numbers on the chat?
Sure.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, sure.
And
I don't know whom whom all I'm interacting with. I just
Nitin.
Yeah.
So it seems you both have worked in the cloud era, right?
Right.
okay. So here this one.
Again, can I ask the question now? Is it becoming easier to work on Cloudera? Because I was trying hard to create the Hadoop cluster on AWS, but it's giving here and there multiple problems.
We are all trying different approach. They are nobody successful anywhere. So there are two people trying in Cloudera. So we are trying to see whether they will be
Okay.
successful now.
This
Okay,
is
okay.
unsupported data
Okay.
type.
Who was
So
speaking? Who was asking that question?
Sujaya
That is
Undu, right?
Sujaya. Okay.
Yeah.
So Sujaya, see, last night I have done this setup. Okay. It took me 3-4 hours to fix all the errors. But yes, it will. It's not a big issue. Okay. If require, you can. I can help you in setting up that cluster.
Yeah, I think Nitin,
Yeah,
if
Nitin,
this
yeah, that would
works,
be really
no,
helpful
no, if this
actually.
works now, you please plan for a separate session and take all this out. But only
Okay.
thing you are asking that the system should be at least a 16 GB RAM system, right?
Yeah. So actually, I have set it up in my AWS environment. So I've taken 3 nodes cluster.
So the
Oh,
AWS, how much it costs to get an access?
I think they are giving some free things, but better to go with the Azure because Azure is providing more credits.
Okay.
So from
yeah.
anywhere, Google Cloud,
So,
Azure,
so
or AWS.
Nitin, I think I'm also doing an AWS, and I'm hoping it will be free with that 750 hours, right?
Yeah, it will not be charged, but they will charge some amount for data, but data is very small. So it will not be
Okay.
like maximum 50, 100 rupees we have to pay.
Nitin, can you please put your mobile number in the chat, please?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Ganesh, are
yes.
you able to upload it?
No, it is still throwing the same error for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, now let's park this installation part one and
sure.
uploading. Okay, that I think we are very close. We'll all try in different way.
Yeah.
But I have given up installing all of the things. I'm just install Hadoop and I'm trying to see whether I can use just the Python code what Ramana has explained to upload. Is anybody is familiar with how do we execute a Python code in Hadoop shell?
I'm not tried, but I
Dot
can.
py file.
Yeah, .py file. It's like in Hadoop shell. I have to check how to execute it. I will check on that part.
I think that's where Ramana was also facing some problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
So we are writing Python queries, right, to fetch the data and like give the output.
yeah.
So can't be done on this Hive one?
See, that is you have to install Hive again. But
No.
if
Hive.
sorry,
See, part of Cloudera. That's not a big problem. We can do that. Okay. Hive is
no,
a part of Cloudera only.
yeah, in a
Okay.
cloud era, it's different because Hive has already come part of the cloud era, so you
Hmm.
can directly use a Excel SQL.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I have not installed it. But I'm just saying the alternate method. If I want to continue only with Hadoop in the shell mode, you can still
Mm-hmm.
do that without Hive. You can still do all the queries without Hive, just executing a .py file. Okay,
Yes.
but
Yes, you can do.
I
Right.
don't know how to do that. Anybody done that part?
Uh, I
Not yet there. My Hadoop installation is still not done.
I will check on that. Nobody is done.
But Sujaya, are you good with the Python? Will you able to run the .py files?
No, what I can, I'm targeting to do with SQL, Hive SQL.
Like
That
okay,
I'll be
fine.
able, I should be able to do.
Hey
Not
guys, this
sure.
is Ayan. I have one query actually. Can I proceed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So suppose we have that file, that original file, and through the Python code in our local, we split it. And suppose the nodes that I'm assuming that is a
yeah.
structure which I need to figure it out also. So suppose we have 4 nodes running, and the I mean the name node also, the 4+1, right?
Yeah.
And we have splitted the files into 4 files as suggested by Ramana.
Yeah.
So the split I'm coming soon. So how to send those individual files to individual data nodes? Any Hadoop command, and how to create the metadata also as per Hadoop terminology.
That's a very good question. I have some idea about how do we send it to different nodes. What we were discussing with Ramna is you keep it as to four different files and upload it four different files into the nodes. That you can directly do. You can just create a directory and put it in the directory. While making a query, you will have to run the query for four different nodes, fetch the output of the query, and append it using a list or something, and then print it out. Okay, that is one thing which you are planning. But metadata, how to create metadata, I don't know. That anybody has got an idea how to create metadata in Hadoop?
See, metadata is just see whatever the four nodes you have done, right?
Yeah.
So the metadata is nothing but it's a reference, right? So you just create, while creating those four, the nodes, you just create a, for a metadata, create a JSON file, right? Something like that. So it will be stored. It will take, the reference. What are all the columns? Each node, what is available. So that will.
So you see, in Hadoop system, actually that will be available in the resource manager, right? Resource
Yes.
manager, node manager, not sorry, name node. Basically, the name node stores all the metadata, right?
True. If you are writing the file in the HDFS, correct.
Yeah, HDFS, the name node should share. But if we upload it with the proper partitioning, okay, automatically the name node should have the metadata.
True.
Or is there any basic courses, because this is very fundamental it seems, and I'm just looking at there's no much material available in the any of the websites about basics of Hadoop. What is the how do we upload the file? Nowhere is available. Anybody got any YouTube video or any material which tells how do we upload a file into our HDFS file system using a partition?
No, uploading file from local is nothing but using that hdfs dfs commands that we are using. So there is a hyphen copy from local attribute which will take your local file and upload into the hdfs file system. That you have to do it like if you have split the csvs, right? uh, like you have to go into each machine and upload each csv into that particular node. But then again, yeah, the querying part.
Mohammed, do you have that command? Can you type it in the chat?
Yeah, yeah.
Chat?
Let me get it for you. Yeah.
Yeah. And I understand your point. What I'm asking is without splitting. Okay, naturally in the normal Hadoop system, you create the partitioning, okay, and upload the data in one command. Okay, the partitioning will take care of all these things. The partitioning process now it will tell you are just partitioning. You are telling which node, what type of data should be stored. Once you establish that uploading, then the Hadoop DFS will take care of splitting the file, splitting the database, and putting it in the different nodes and creating the metadata. That all should happen automatically. That's the fundamental of Hadoop, right?
Yeah, right. I think in this, the partitioning refer to bucketing. So in Hadoop, there is a concept called bucketing.
Okay.
So you can create buckets, and that's I think they are referring to partitioning because I was just thinking that what's partitioning, but I remember there is a bucketing where we can create a buckets and the data can be put into that. So I will check on that part again. Okay,
I don't know
because
whether the bucket and the partitioning words are interchangeable. I'm not sure, but my understanding in partitioning is basically you are saying that how the data should be distributed in the different
right,
nodes.
right,
That's it.
right, right.
What logic has to be used for distribution?
See,
That basically will tell you how efficiently you can query. If your database, for example, you have 1,000 data, out of that 800 data is from one country and 200 data is from four
that's
countries, you
got it.
don't divide that data based on country. Then one load will be loaded heavily, right? The other loads will be not loaded. So you have to balance all that.
No. So that's not the way Hadoop works. Okay. So the bucketing is the way you are trying to separate the data. Okay. So not Hadoop. So you have to create the buckets. If suppose you have to created 8 buckets, so it will distribute data in 8 buckets. But how internally Hadoop distribute is Hadoop distribute data equally in all the nodes. Now coming to the point, I don't want to distribute the data. Okay. So while moving the data, we have to set the replication factor as 1. If we set the replication factor as 1 while moving the data, it will not distribute the data, it will just put into a single node only. So so that way we
That
can
that
put,
should be applicable only for a small data, right? Which I want to not to be replicated and only on single node, and which will be
right.
shared with
Yeah.
other node. Mm.
Yeah.
That's right. The single node still you can have a master node and four slave nodes and say that replication factor 1. That means there will be only one master node and four slave nodes, and data will be divided among the four slave nodes. That's my understanding. If you put replication factor 3 in a four node distribution, then you should have at least 12 nodes because
No. See, pseudo distributed mode means it will work as a master node or data node also. Okay, same node will work both as a master and data node.
okay.
If you are creating 4 node, that's include your name node also. That's called master node, right? So
Yeah.
there will be one master node and 3 data node. So the main default replication factor in Hadoop is 3. Okay, it's 3. If you're not setting up, it's 3. That means once the data is landed in Hadoop, it will be distributed automatically on 3 nodes. So if you are setting up 3 pseudo nodes in your cluster also, so it will be 3 copy of a same data will be distributed in all your pseudo nodes. So if
So
But
you
you're
are
saying
set,
that it will
only
be
if you
same.
set up that as a distributed node only by default, it will configure it as 3, right?
right,
So
default is 3.
yeah, but when we do it in our setup, when we set up in our system, are we going to do it in the distributed mode until unless we have three separate VMs or three separate instances running? We can configure that, right? Or else we need to switch to sudo mode.
Yeah, pseudo mode is like same node will work as a data node, so data will be in one node only. If
Hmm.
it, so your single server is working as a master node also and a data node also.
Correct, correct.
So in that way, there is only one node, so data will be at one place only. Until unless you you somehow create different using different IP address, creating a different machine within a same VM. That's a difficult process, right?
Right. That is really the deal. Correct.
Right. So that thing, this mutually exclusive two-way, four-way. As per my experience, I have never seen this kind of ask. Okay, but I'm trying to figure out. I'm checking with some Hadoop experts also from my side whether they know anything about this two-way, four-way,
I think
eight-way.
Nitin,
What is
that
this?
two-way, four-way we can forget because
Okay.
Sir has very clearly told you don't have to do that. You apply your logic to split this data. It could be any logic.
Which sir told us that things?
Janardhan and Sir has told us in yesterday's
Oh my God,
session.
he is completely lost.
No,
Anyway,
yesterday morning he explained. We all asked the same question. We all struck up with the assignment. So he said that this two-way, four-way he himself is not clear. He said you don't require to do that. You can set up in four pseudo nodes and upload the data using our own logic, and you have to explain the logic why we are doing it.
okay. And why we are calling it as pseudo nodes?
Because see, we can have we have a, we have to run this program in only one node, right? Because in our laptop, actually, if you are four nodes, mean you have to connect with four different system, either a physical system or virtual system. That
Do you have any because that's why I'm trying with the AWS machines.
that
And
also Sarah has told it is very difficult and creating four, even if you create four virtual machines in the AWS, he suggested that don't try that. It will be very difficult for you to set up.
Oh yeah, I spent almost
That's where the
so
problem is.
many
They are
hours.
not giving any clarity, and
But then
questions are not
how does
answered.
you what are the steps for pseudo nodes? Anyone
That I
has
don't know.
some?
That I said. I think Sir has given that comment in. He said he has uploaded a procedure in the uh, canvas. I'm also trying to locate that.
Janardhan sir?
Yeah,
Okay.
Janardhan sir. I don't know where to find that.
I have
Hopefully it
pasted
is
that
not
link
a
here.
single node, right? Not multi-node, multiple pseudo node, right? Okay.
Yeah,
I have pasted that link actually in our
where?
chat. I have pasted that.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Yes,
That
just now you
pseudonode
pasted.
thing
Yeah,
I have pasted it.
Okay,
That's a
let me
Apache site only. You
yeah.
can on the Apache site you can get it. How to install it on pseudonode. That's what I'm trying to do now.
okay, okay. Because this AWS one is becoming very hard for me now.
So you are
Yeah,
saying AWS is
yes,
very difficult.
request, can you please put that Apache node URL in WhatsApp? Because here actually the things are getting removed from chat actually.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, I copied all those things in a notepad. I will put it in the
Okay,
in the this thing.
okay, thank you.
So after installing VMware, so like disable the firewall and like passwordless SSH between nodes. How to do that? Nitin?
Yeah. So once you have disabled the firewall SSH, you have to set a password like SSH. So just you have to let me give you steps, okay, to do that.
चल रही हो आधा डिस्कशन हो
Uh,
चुका है ना
then Nitin, my
Yeah.
suggestion, no, my suggestion, if you can record a session or screen session installing the Cloudera, if possible, that will be good. Otherwise, we'll have to organize for a separate session.
Yeah, yeah. I have downloaded all. If you can guide us, then it will be
Now, are you
helpful.
successful now? Is it running now for you, Nitin?
Yeah, it's running for me. So
So,
let me quickly show you guys in 5 minutes.
yeah.
Okay, how to do that. So
Yes, yes. Shall I share my screen because the VMware I have already installed. So what to do there?
Oh, one moment, Ranjan. Nitin is already successful. Okay,
Okay,
so
okay,
let
okay,
him show how we will see what a successful Cloudera installation looks like.
okay.
give me a minute, guys.
This is the assignment for which I have spent maximum time without any result here. Very frustrating. How about you guys? I'm trying to install for last 7 8 days. Only successes with Hadoop.
Yeah, so like if it is like I think for everyone it is taking time to do all the setups and all. So can we ask them to extend the deadline because we
We
need
already
one.
asked that, Raisa. I was told that Kannan or somebody can go on mute, please. Okay. We already asked it to Janardhan sir. I think somebody mentioned in this meeting that they are discussing to reframe the assignment and
Okay.
also to extend the time, but it is not sure. It seems today's morning class, Janardhan sir has communicated this.
I have a feel that this assignment was created by Anindya and now they don't have much clue to explain it also. And this is where they are also stuck.
No, no, anybody has have any contact with the last year batch? Because I know last year batch had the same assignment. Last year means the batch before us.
Mm.
If you guys have any contact with the one batch before us, then 2020 batch,
Okay.
we will able to get the code.
Okay. So guys, I'm sharing my screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
Yeah. So can you see this Cloudera manager first
Yeah.
of all? Yeah. So this is a setup on AWS machine. This is a 3 node cluster. So
Can someone record this session also? Like
Yeah,
if has a screen record, please do that.
Nishit are still there?
Yeah, it's getting recorded.
Thank you, Nishit. Thanks for taking all the trouble.
okay,
Thank you
so
very much.
so this is a 3 node cluster. If you can see, okay, guys, I'm just showing
Now, is it
Cloudera management.
Cloudera or AWS?
This is installed on AWS EC2 instance, that is VM machines. Okay,
Okay.
so I have taken 3 VM machines.
Okay.
Okay, so what we have to do is I will explain you. We have to use only the internal IP while setting up the Cloudera cluster, not external IPs, because external IPs will get changed in AWS if you shut down your cluster. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see the disk. I have put it 100 GB and this is 16 GB. That's fine. That's the main thing. Once you have set it up complete cluster, it will show like this. Okay. So what is Hive is running. Everything is green except Hive Vantage. That's we don't require. Okay. We require MapReduce. So default engine for Hive is MapReduce. So on the background, it is using MapReduce only. Hive is using MapReduce. Okay. So
Now, say Hive is MapReduce, but for Hive you can give SQL commands.
yeah, right. So though we are writing queries in SQL, but in the backend it's using MapReduce engine only.
Yeah,
So that's the main thing. They want MapReduce, so we can use Hive. That's way. Okay. So now coming on to the backend, the installation part, how we have to do, right? So this is my Linux machine. Okay, you can see it's a EC2 user. That means it's a on the AWS one. So I've set it up Cloudera master. This is data one, D1, data node 1, data node 2, and also I've using Cloudera master as a data node also. So it means I have 3 data nodes, 1 name node, and secondary name node is also on the Cloudera master. Okay. So don't go deep in the concept secondary name node. That's other things. Okay. So now I am on the root part, right? So as a first step, like you have to disable the firewalls. Okay, so firewall disable command you can get from internet. You have to just run the firewall disable command. I'm showing you the some commands which I have run. Okay, so the important thing is once you have disabled the firewall, you have to generate the keygen. Keygen is used to enable the passwordless SSH for 3 nodes, because in Cloudera, if you don't enable the passwordless SSH, it will not work. Okay, so to do that, what you have to do is just a minute. I have one more to define. Okay, so what I was saying that you have to run this command ssh hyphen keygen hyphen t space rs. Okay, so once you run this command, it will just put it enter. That's all, nothing else. Okay, so if you want,
Nathan, one moment, Nathan. Maybe you have gone a little ahead of us. So I
okay,
don't know how many of us were there in the cloud. But so you now will you able I can see that Python 3 test.py. So that
okay.
means have you executed in .py file?
Okay, so yes, so I've yesterday I've tried to create one Python file. Okay, and I've tried to run that file. Let me show you that Python file. Test.py. Okay, so this Python file we have created. Okay, so in this it's not a big thing. What we were trying to do is uh, okay, guys, let's do this way. I will share this Python file. Anybody want to do this, just run this Python file. Okay, and
Okay.
then if certain errors come, what error that will be, I will explain you now, because I have faced that error. Okay,
Okay.
so once you have run this Python file, what it will ask you, it will ask you to change the root password. So give your root password whatever you want to set. Okay, once you have done that part, then you have to generate the this keygen. You have to run the keygen command, this sixth one.
Okay.
Okay, so once you have done this, then you have to go in this ssd config directory. Okay, let me show you why. in this after you have to change this. Remember this permit root login. You have to change it to yes. Okay. Sometimes even after running that Python file, it's not working. Okay. So I was just checking whether it's working. Permit root login is yes or not. That you have to enable this one. And one more thing you have to do, and that is public password authentication. Okay, that you have to put it yes. If you don't do that things, what it will do when you are trying to move from one node to another node, it will not ask you password and simply deny you in going to the data nodes. Okay, so only two things: permit root login yes, password authentication is yes. That's two things you have to do. Okay, so I'm quitting from here. So once this is done,
Nitin, is this password less authentication, yes, or password authentication?
password authentication is yes, not passwordless. Passwordless because then it will deny you. Okay, the
Okay,
access. Okay,
thanks.
so once this changes is done, you have to restart your system ctl. Okay, so because you have done change in SSD file, you have to run this command. You have to restart this thing. Okay, once this thing is done, till eighth step you are done. Okay, then you have to edit etc host file. Why? Because you have to put your server details, whatever the servers you will going to do SSH. So here I have put it internal IP, not external IP. Guys, remember, internal IP of AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud machines, whatever VM you are taking. Go for this one, internal IP. I have put it all the three machines IP here. Okay, so that is etc host file. So once etc host file is done, that's fine. Then you have to SSH on each node. Okay, so before doing SSH, you have to copy this one more command is there. I have to just there is uh, SSHD copy this one SSHD copy ID and the command what root at the rate. Okay, so this command is one more command you have to do is after this SSH. Okay, this step. Okay, so once you have done this till 10th step, 10 step 10, then before going for the 11th step, you have to copy ID. So this command basically do is whatever the file you have generated using keygen, it will copy onto the all nodes. So you have to pass it like SSH hyphen copy hyphen ID root at the rate IP address where you want to say. Suppose, let me give you example. Uh, I have
Where
to.
all these commands would be
There is. So I have run here on the 14 number. So you can see what I have done is I have SSH copy ID from root to my other nodes. This is a master, right? This is other node 197, 189. Once I have done this, then I have checked whether it's working passwordless or not now. So after running doing this, once you do this, like let me show you. I am going on to the other node. It's not copying me. Okay, that's fine. SSH. See, I can jump onto my data node without any password. So once you have done this SSH copy ID route, okay, it for both the server. So guys, remember these things. Whatever we are doing, this all this, you have to do this all on the all the nodes, all the nodes. Okay. So if you have three nodes, you have to do this part in all the nodes. Okay, so like from copy ID, if you are running on master, then you have to go into the other two nodes copy ID. If you are going from cloud, suppose D1 data node 1, then you have to run this command for master and the D2. Okay, so once this is done, it will give you SSH, okay, passwordless access to all the other nodes. So till 17 step, everything is okay for you guys, or is there any confusion on this part?
Nitin, Raisa this side. So I have one question. It's like that you have like created first three EC2 instances in AWS, right?
Right.
And in all the EC2 instances, you have installed Hadoop.
Okay, so see, we don't have to install Hadoop in all the EC2 instance. Hadoop will be installed automatically on all the three instances. You have to just set it up your VM machines first. Okay, three machines should be set it up by following these steps. When you have done this, Cloudera
Okay.
will automatically install all the things in all the three nodes. Okay, you have to just pick one node which you will call as a master node, from where you will do all this installation.
Okay, so basically, after the three node setup, we have to come to this cloud era, and we have to first, like set up all this master and slave configuration with the SSH things and the
Right,
password list, all these things,
right,
and
right.
then we can start with the Hadoop installation in the master, and automatically it will be created in the other two nodes as well installed.
Right, right. So,
Okay.
like if you are opting for 4 nodes, 5 nodes, 6 nodes, that's on us. Okay. How
Mm-hmm.
many, whatever nodes you have chosen, you have to set it up like this in all the nodes. Okay. The first part is this. Okay. So once everything is done on all the node, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
then come to the master node, from where you have to start the installation. You have
Okay.
to run this command wget. So what it is doing is it's fetching the Cloudera installer for Cloudera version 7.4.4. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it's fetching from the archive of Cloudera. Okay, it will give you this installer bin. Change the permission of that one and run this command. That's all. And just follow the steps. Sit and just follow the step. Whenever it's asking you to enter, just enter it. So it will take somehow 30 to 45 minutes, okay, to install on all the nodes. Depends which VM you have chosen. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
once it will ask you for a permission, then it will show you one URL. That will be the URL of Cloudera manager. Okay,
Okay,
so
that means the GUI
yeah,
basically.
GUI. So
Ah,
initially it will download some certain files for you
okay.
here in the shell only. Then it will
Mm-hmm.
show you the GUI, and GUI will show you the internal IP address. Okay, so while putting that GUI in the URL, you have to change that internal IP with your external IP of your AWS machine. Okay,
Okay.
so in my case, like this was my external IP. Okay,
So external IP, you mean the public IP, and internal is
public
the
IP.
private IP,
Right,
right?
right. So
Right.
while setting up, you have to use internal IPs.
Hmm.
Just to run Cloudera Manager, you have to put it public IP. Okay.
Right, because every time you are like stopping this VMware cities, the public IP will actually change.
Right, right.
That's why we are
That's
using
the
private
problem will
IP.
happen for you.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay, so once it give you that link, okay, now it will tell you, just put this URL in the Cloudera Manager. This is a username. Default is admin. Username, password is admin. Okay,
Okay.
then it will start installation from the GUI automatically.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
so it will install the files. It will distribute the files in all the VM machine. Then it will ask you on which node which service you want. So just go with the basic one, Hive, HDFS, Yarn. That's all. Okay, because we don't require any other service, right? So
Right. So on the first node, that is if that is you said that you are setting the master and slave on the same node. So on the first one, all the five services will be available. On the next two, only three services will be available. That is for the data node part.
okay, so that it will ask you
Hmm.
when it will do installation. It will ask you that, okay, which node you want to put it as a data node. For me,
Okay.
I have selected all nodes. All nodes means I want to use the name node also as a data node.
Acha.
Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so it will ask you, it will show you in a GUI proper. You have to just select the IP. Okay, this IP I want to put into the Hive. This I Or if you want to go with the default one, just click next. Okay, so it
Okay.
will automatically assume something and it will install. Okay, so so after doing all this, okay, so remember, you can't use Red Hat machine above 8. Go with the less than 8 or CentOS 8 or 7. Otherwise it will, like yesterday I've set it up and then finally I see this error. Okay, Red Hat machine error. Okay, so don't use these machines. Okay,
Ubuntu will not work,
yeah,
is it?
no, Ubuntu will work, CentOS will work, Oracle Linux also will work, but go with the older versions, not in the latest versions.
Okay,
Acha.
Okay.
which one did work? Just let us know that I'll be using the same.
Um,
Really problematic.
I have gone with the Red Hat one. Okay, that's the Red Hat 8. For Red Hat 9, it was not working.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check whether I have put that machines. See, lot of Cloudera machine that all the failures one. Okay, I was trying yesterday. I started around
Yeah.
10 p.m. Till 3 a.m. I was working on this.
Nitin, will you able to create the partition there with the
Okay, so
upload? Have you uploaded the file?
no. So this I have just see after doing all this thing today morning I have resolved error because first I have seen certain errors when it was this services was not running up and running. So
Okay.
that error was related to the permissions only. So I have
Mm-hmm.
to change the permissions, a certain permission by looking into the logs what the error it's giving me. So after fixing all this, it was up and running in the morning only. Okay. So so the
Nitin,
thing is, sometime you will face that error, sometime you will not face. This was the first time I faced this kind of error.
Okay.
Nitin, is this your number two which ends with 24953?
Yeah, that's my number.
All right.
Okay, it will be very easy. GUI installation is very easy. Okay, it will not give you any error if your ports are open between machines. Ports should be open. Internet access should be proper. Okay, there will not be a single error. Don't change anything. Just whatever it's asking, just say yes, yes, yes. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't change anything. Okay, just
Nitin,
So
one more.
Nitin, you talked about this firewall disable, but that
hmm.
don't work in office laptop, right?
No. That's
Mm,
we are talking about the machines, AWS machines here.
Oh, अच्छा,
EC2 instance.
उसका firewall, right? The
Yeah,
SSA,
right,
that security group.
right,
Okay,
right,
And
right.
I think Nitin, we may have to stop because you
Right.
already overrun by almost close to half an hour. Thank you, Nitin. Thank you very much. What I suggest is put this link. We'll try to install the Cloudera and as per the AWS. So first you are saying that create three instances, three virtual machines in AWS and with the different IP nodes, and then try to install the one of the node, the Hadoop, and it automatically create the uh, uh, data node. Okay. Now after that, creating the partition you are going to try tonight, right, Nathan?
Yeah. That was I haven't tried tonight, so it just have fixed my errors and get
Okay.
my
Try
server
try
up
if
and
you are
running.
successful. Please let us know. Okay. Let's connect with another session. Nitin, can you please type in your number, please? Or tell me your number. I'll just copy
Yeah, it's 90241
90241
24953.
24953. Okay. Thanks, Nitin.
Okay,
I think we
let me put this command in the chat window, guys. So just copy this. Okay, so
yeah. Now I copied all the links in the chat. Okay. I will copy this also. This command also.
one last thing, guys. Once done with everything, might be you will face the issue that just last thing to 1 minute I will take. Okay, because that's very important one. Might be that you will not be able to run the SDFS account. It will say that SDFS account is not available. Okay.
Okay.
After doing this, and SDFS is a master user for Hadoop, right? So in that case, go in the password directory and you will find this HDFS user. Okay. Again, HDFS user, you will see this kind of thing. User has been no login. So what you have to do is edit this password file, remove this user has been no login from HDFS and just put bin bash like root. Like for root user, we have bin bash only, right? Bin bash. So you have to put against HDFS as bin bash only. Then it will start working. Okay. So that's the main thing. This error also I faced. Okay, I've resolved this. So just remember this one also. If you are not able to do SU SDFS from root user, okay. If SU SDFS is not working, then it will definitely due to this error. Okay, guys.
Okay. Thanks,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Thanks,
Nitin.
everyone.
Thank
Yeah,
you very
bye.
much.
thank you,
Thank
I
you.
will.
everyone.
I have copied all. I'll put it in the group, the note text file. for with all the links. Okay.
Which
Thank you.
group, Supraj? Which group?
I in the G5 secured the SEM
हाँ
almost
हाँ
5-6
ठीक है
groups. Okay.
ठीक
I
है
put it.
thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Bye. And Nishant, are you there?
Yeah. I'll upload in
Yeah.
one day.
We need not do any editing, right? We can just upload it, right?
Yeah. This we can upload directly.
Okay. Thanks, Nishant. Thank you very much,
No
Nishant.
problem.
Okay.